Um, I just looked on Chuck Morgan's channel, and I saw that he did a video with. He was on the podcast, Kelly Priest podcast. Kelly Priest from the Wu-Tang Clan, right? And he was talking about Dr. Malachi Z.York and the trial, and the doctrine and all of that, right? And it was like, I haven't done a video about Dr. Malachi Z.York in months, like damn near a year, especially on this channel. Now, the new channel, I've actually taken all of the Confessions of an Ex-Nuwaubian and put it over to the new channel. And that's because, I wanted to take out all of the curse words, because my thing is this. I think people need to know my story, especially those that want to actually become a Nuwaubian that don't know anything about Nuwaubu or Dr. Malachi Z.York before they even get into it. You understand? So I definitely wanted to make it more friendly, safer. You see what I'm saying? More friendly, safe. I wanted to actually take the curse words out of it, and I put it on my new channel. The next thing is obvious. Why not make some money off of it? By putting it on my new channel, I can monetize each video. You understand? I'm not trying to turn this into a book, Confessions of an Ex-Nuwaubian. I'm not trying to make no movie out of it. I'm not trying to make no big time money out of it. Now, if somebody were to come up to me and offer a deal, you know what I'm saying, and wanted me to talk about my story, exclusively my story, and what I went through as a Nuwaubian, I just may do it. Only because of the fact that it's not about the money. It's definitely about someone that was in the same position that I was in, that was very naive, and just wanting to be a part of something, and was easily tricked and deceived. That's what I would do it for, that person or persons, But while I was looking at the video, the podcast of, Killer Priest and Chuck Morgan, I just started thinking about recent comments that people have made, specifically Nuwaubians. And most of the comments have been like, he'll be back, you're stupid, you're going to rejoin the organization, you're a slanderer, and eventually you're going to come around, pause. Dr.York always said this, that, you're going to have a bunch of ex-Nuwaubians, but then as it draws closer, I guess I'm only assuming, as the planet-sized ship called Nibiru draws closer to Earth, and as Dr. York is closer to his freedom, you're gonna have ex-Nuwaubians such as myself wanting to get back involved into the Nuwaubian family. And to answer you all's questions, right? That one question. Will I ever go back to the Nuwaubian nation? Or have I ever thought about it? Right? Because there have been cases where there have been battered women, and those battered women wound up going back to that same man that assaulted them. Not once, not twice, 3, 4, 5 times. And to answer your question, it's just a simple, hell no, I would never go back. And the reason why I would never go back, and the reason why I made this video, is because if I were to go back, it would be stating that I needed someone to guide me over my life. And I don't need that. I know what I'm supposed to do in life. I know my life's purpose. I know what I have to do in order to fulfill that goal. And I'm doing it. I don't need, let's just say, if I ever needed Dr. Malachi Z.York, right? And we're going to use Dr. Malachi Z.York for the sake of the conversation, but we all know he's not a doctor, right? But if I ever needed a Dr. York, right? It was for that small period of time. And now he's no longer needed in my life. I see no need for him at all. And I can tell you at the end of the day, the minute I walked away from Dr. Malachi Z.York and his comic books, the minute that I walked away from all of the Nuwaubians that was telling me that I was going to fail and I was going to be no one or nobody, is when I prospered the most in life. Because the original reason or goal in becoming a Nuwaubian is for me to find me. It was that journey within that I walked away from once I became a member. But the original goal or reason for becoming a member was to become closer or in unison with self. And I can tell you, I was far from learning who and what I am when I became a member. And the minute I walked away from it, I actually got to know myself and my true life's purpose. And it's no disrespect at all, you know what I'm saying? But for those that need a master, let me say, quote unquote, master teacher, right? By all means, hey, do your thing. I'm not judging you. Maybe you do need someone to lead you. But I just don't like that term, master teacher. I don't. I really don't. I don't like the term master teacher. I don't like the term God or Messiah. I don't need anyone to govern over me. I don't need a government. I have a brain. And I know what has been genetically pre-encoded in me what to do with my life. Maybe I need, right? Those that come in and out of my life every now and then to motivate me, to put me back on track. Maybe I fell off, you understand? But I definitely, if you don't know your life purpose, and if you are not trying to make that journey within, I don't know what to tell you. I just don't know. And I'll say this for the sake of the conversation. Maybe I do know. Maybe those that are that way, that need someone to guide them, that are truly lost without a master teacher, a God, or someone, a Messiah, or someone, or plural persons to govern over them, maybe they're truly part of the matrix. Straight up. Because I can tell you, man, at the end of the day, when I was a Nuwaubian, there was complete interference in Langston getting to know Langston. That when I was a Nuwaubian, it wasn't about Langston. It was about the mission. It was about the man and the mission. That's what it's about. And at the end of the day, I can say that it was really about the man and his mission. That plain and simple, because I've never worked or dealt with someone where all of the products was in their name, or they had something to do with it. They were associated with it. You understand? Like, I'll give you an example. Like, say, for example, if McDonald's has a food drive, right? And they have NASCAR, you know what I'm saying? NASCAR drivers there, NASCAR car. You understand? Now, the label on a NASCAR may be McDonald's and all the rest of that shit, but you don't see McDonald's oil, McDonald's engine, McDonald's tires. You understand? But when you was part of that organization, you saw Dr. Malachi Z.York toothpaste, incense, oils, books, clothing, and all of that shit. It was like, it wasn't said, but I felt like at times that if I were to have used someone else's product outside of the organization, I probably would have got chewed out. Now, like, take for example, if I went and bought some Colgate, right? Because we did have, you know what I'm saying, in the organization, you know what I'm saying, I'm not there now, but I'm saying when I was part of it, we did have I forgot what they called it, but we had our own toothpaste. So, like, say for example, we sold out in the bookstore toothpaste and I had to brush my teeth and I got Colgate. It was cool. But if we were stocked up with toothpaste and I had Colgate, people would look at me funny. Like, it just seemed as though that Dr. Malachi Z.York wanted every penny to himself. If he could have came out with a car and had his own engine, his own tires, and his own everything, he would have. And the point that I'm trying to make to you, it's nothing wrong with that. It's just that if you're part of building an organization, or rather, should I say nation, right? And which we were doing. I was participating. I was donating money. I was donating time. I was helping to build the nation. Should not have been part of that. That's the only point that I'm making. And for saying that, we were never a part of it. We were never a part of it. Yeah, we were the Nuwaubians, the primitive workers, the ones that built shit, but we were never given the glory. It was always Pops built that. Pops ain't do shit because Pops was too fat to do any goddamn thing. Period. He was overweight. In the later years, in the early 2000s, before he got locked up, he was out of shape and overweight. And y'all know it. Y'all know it. You know, so it's like, I mean, I don't know, man. If someone wanted to follow an egotistical, arrogant, narcissistic person, Dr. Malachi Z.York would be perfect for the job. You know, throughout all these years, I've let a lot of people go, man. And on the other hand, people have let me go. And it's like, I set it up that way. It was like, I've said certain things to certain people that didn't rub them the right way, or I didn't pay them any attention, or I didn't call them, or whatever it may be. I intentionally didn't give them what they wanted, so therefore they were like, yo, man, I ain't messing with you anymore. And it was because of the fact that I have been giving up on them a long time ago. And the reason why I'm saying this is because I've learned one thing. And some of you all are young. And it's going to take you some time. You understand? And you're going to make some mistakes. You know, you can't just listen to me all the time and think, oh yeah, you know everything, and that, you know, I've told you just about every damn thing. No, you're going to fall. But the good thing about life is you can get back up. So you're going to make mistakes. Don't be so hard on yourself. Pause when you fall and hit that ground, right? But this is what I've learned, you know, throughout my years, man. You don't have to deal with people. It's okay to be by yourself. It's okay to learn who and what you are. It's okay to be in a car talking to yourself. It's okay to be in a house talking to yourself and nobody's in there, and you spend hours upon hours of your day talking to yourself. Because think about it like this. How much time out of the day do you take out dedicated to yourself? How much? Yo, I am so glad. I've said this so many times. I am so glad that they have Bluetooth now. Or we have Bluetooth, whether it's in our cars or whether we can put the piece in our ear, your AirPods or whatever have you. I'm so glad. You want to know why? Because most of the time I have my earbuds in, right? And I ain't talking to nobody. I'm talking to myself. But if you were to see me from a distance, you'll be like, damn, he having a good conversation. I wonder who he talking to. or I'll be driving in, on the highway, and I'm like, God damn it, and I'm telling you, I'll be having heated debates with myself. Yo, man, you was stupid for doing that shit. You shouldn't have done that shit. This, that, and so forth. You pull right beside me. I pull up right beside me, and you thinking, man, he talking to someone, and God damn, he intense with it. And I'm talking to myself. That's the point that I'm trying to make to you. There's no way in the hell that I would ever go back to that organization, or let alone any organization at that. It was meant for me to be part of that organization at the time that I was part of it, and that's it. That's it. I don't think about it like that. The organization, Nuwaubian Nation, I don't think about the members, the people that I've dealt with. I don't think about it like that anymore. I've moved on, and I can tell you, man, life is good. Life is so good, man. I swear to you, it's so good. It's beautiful, and I'm just peeling off the layers, and I'm glad that you all, like people that really watch both of my channels, I'm glad that you all are able to see that. Like, I'm slowly but surely peeling off layers upon layers upon layers, and yo, seriously, man, it's gonna be a beautiful day and time when I wake up and all of the layers are peeled off, and I get to live that great life, man. You know what I'm saying? I fucked up a lot of my years throughout my life, and it's time to like rebuild, repair, and rebuild, and you know what I'm saying? Make these couple more years that I have on this planet left worth living. That plain and simple, but yo, it's just the truth, man. Excuse me, I don't think about that shit anymore. I don't think about Dr. Malachi z.york or none of that shit anymore. Like, I'm slowly but surely excuse me, forgetting that I was ever part of that organization. Straight up. Like, right now I have the memories, and they're slowly but surely fading out. The only thing I think later on down the line, down the years, I think the only thing that would make me hold on to it is to hear, I say three things. One is to hear that Dr. Malachi z.york passed away. That would like make me relive things all over again, right? And then, it wouldn't be a rejoiceful moment, and it wouldn't be a moment in sorrow. It would be like a real moment, like pause, because that person did affect me at some point in time of my life. The second thing would be to hear a youngin saying that he became a part of that organization. The third thing is, in which I could throw away right now, are the pictures, because that's basically all I really have, as far as visual memories, are the pictures of the land, and when I was there on the land. Other than that, man, I mean, that's it. I mean, I literally have walked the fuck away from the Nuwaubian Nation, and I really don't. I'm dead ass serious with it. I really don't see the importance of doing any more videos other than this video that I just have done to seal the deal, to answer that one question that I think a lot of people have asked me, or at least wanting to know. They didn't have the chance or the opportunity to ask me, but if they did, they would ask me, yo, would you ever go back? And the answer is hell no.